Hi, I'm Milton Rendell and welcome to Real News Friday. Another interesting week. Sales have continued to flow, 868 sales according to Real Estate Institute of WA. Stock levels, this is a big one, down to 3,999. So we're sort of down again, and that's a bit of a concern being under 4,000. Having said that, quite often in June there's a bit of a pause. People are making new directions, thinking about things for the second half of the year. So hopefully that's only temporary at that sort of figure. We're still getting a lot of inquiry, and during home opens on the weekend we still had a hell of a lot of traffic. In fact, we had about 70 people through one home open in a villa in Bassendean. So if you're thinking about selling in Bassendean, we have a heap of buyers looking, trust me on that one. Now, just in terms of those sales in Western Australia, at 868, just give you a bit of a breakdown of that. Houses, there was 597 sold. Units, there was 165, and in land, there was 100. Now, I'll give you a breakdown of what stock's available. Houses at the moment, 2,402. Units, 944. And the balance of land is 653. So, those sort of figures are still fairly low. One that worries me the most is houses. Obviously 2,402 sounds a good number, but it isn't a lot when you consider, it's a 600 or 700 of them selling every week. Time of the market sort of, still sitting around that probably 12 days. Rentals, 704 leased last week. The amount of stock available, 2,454. Now that's down 2.8% compared to a year ago. People say to me, why are rentals still so short? Pretty simple. There's a lot of owners who have been unloading their properties. If you think of, and I look at my business, we're a 26-year-old business, and we have an older portfolio, so we've got clients who've been with us for a long, long time. People get older and they need to cash out, and the thing is, a lot of these rentals are going to the market, which would have been lovely if only investors bought them. But unfortunately, I'd say probably 90% of the time it is going to an owner-occupier. So the shortage of rentals is being caused by people cashing out as well as population growth and a few other things. But it is one of the main causes for that. Now, the interesting stat that I did see this week, last year, some figures released from the government saying that the number of homes built completed with 20,639. Now that sounds a really great figure, but you've got to keep in mind we're a long way behind the previous 3 or 4 years. So there's sort of a bit of a catch up. So we'll see if that impacts our market in the next 12 to 18 months, because there will be a percentage of those people who will end up selling. It always happens that way, moving out, because they're either in new estates, don't like it, or they get transferred out or move or whatever, but it usually takes about 12, 18 months, sometimes 2 years. We will see how they go, but they're forecasting that'll continue, and they believe the figures will be bigger this year. The number of startups, in other words, houses have just started construction 2024, they said that was up 46%, but again, it's probably coming off a very, very low figure. So we're careful sometimes with figures, but it is looking more healthier in terms of houses being completed, and that's something we haven't heard for some time. Anyway, look forward to chatting to you again next week. Take care.